Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading Aries. This is going to be your reading for the month of May. It's really great to have you guys here once again. As you know, we're going to pull a card and get the overall energy for the month, and then we're going to shuffle through and talk about the energy that's to come. Let's get a few more shuffles and then we'll get started. Yes. I love this as the overall energy for you for May. You are in a place of power this month, feeling more like yourself than you have ever felt before, is what the King of Wands coming out in the overall energy is telling me. I think that there's something about your energy there's something about you that is very unafraid of who you are. Obstacles, challenges that you have struggled with for months, years, they are dwarfed when faced with the fullness of who you are right now in this moment and who you have become. I think that your presence is something that is it's towering, and I think that it is very pleasing to all of those who know and love you. You're coming off as someone who carries themselves with such grace and with such capability and with such know-how. Your ability to make money right now is stronger than it's ever been before, or at least it feels that way, because there are certain tools that you have in your arsenal, in your toolbox, I should say, but you get the idea, that you have learned how to capitalize on them. You've learned how to master them, to make the most of them so that they work to your benefit. This is the energy that I love to see you guys in. And there's nothing like a grounded Aries to really set it off. I think that if you are up against any kind of competition that would otherwise be stiff, don't even worry about it. don't even worry about it, because there is no competition. There are no real challengers to an Aries that is self-aware. There is no real competition to an Aries that is aware of their power, who knows what they're capable of, and who is informed. Who believes in themselves. Your only weakness when it comes to challenges and obstacles is when you question your talent, is when you question your capability. But when you begin to accept who you are, when you begin to walk in your truth and accept and embrace this birthright, these natural leadership skills that you have, your natural talent for success and tendency to be victorious, you're unstoppable when you're in that energy. There's nothing that you guys can't accomplish. And I don't get that this is egoic in any way. There is a certain amount of serenity to this. I think that there's been a death to the ego for you most recently, and Like I said, your potential to make money, to be really, really lucrative right now is very high. I think that there's been some healing when it comes to your relationships. And if you haven't seen it just yet, what you may be experiencing is the start of that. And I think that you are only beginning to just now comprehend the strength that lies in handling your emotional baggage, the strength and power that can come from having it all figured out. When you have control over your feelings and your emotions, your ability to manifest and make money, it's amplified. Yeah. There's nothing holding you back. There's someone really important to you from your past that it's like they're coming back into the fold. Could be a fire sign, could be an air sign. I'd say a Libra or an Aries. But coming with this, and I want to be clear here, I don't think that your happiness should necessarily be your ability to be happy or to feel fulfilled should never rest on the shoulders of someone else. But the memory of something that ended unhappily or perhaps was unfinished, it can take a toll on you, and it can really affect you on a subconscious level, affect you in ways that you never really thought possible. So when you nip something in the bud or you tie it up really nicely, the amount of healing that is accomplished, it has this ripple effect and it spills over into other areas of your life. Ace of Wands. It's just so positive, Aries. It's just so cathartic. It's like you're at peace this month. Things that were once hectic, they're calming down, and a lot of your worries and your fears are being laid to rest. The Scorpio card came out anyways. An end to the struggle, an end to the fear, an end to the anxiety, and an end to the worry. And don't worry about the timeline on this, you know, about when it's going to happen, when you're going to get there, what it's going to look like. Don't stress yourself out by thinking about all of that. Just be grateful and be happy that the end is here and that it's near and that you guys are almost there. That's the blessing. That's the victory with the Chariot card. All right. We're going to talk about these one more time. Just a second, okay? All right, we're back. It's been a couple days. Let's go ahead and talk about your cards one more time. But first, I want to read something for you here. A man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. Just as a gardener cultivates his plot, keeping it free from weeds and growing the flowers and fruits which he requires, so may a man tend to the garden of his mind, weeding out all the wrong, useless, and impure thoughts, cultivating toward perfection the flowers and fruits of right, useful, and pure thoughts. By pursuing this process, a man sooner or later discovers that he is the master gardener of his soul and the director of his life. There's a lot of work that you guys have been doing in terms of gaining control over your emotions and the understanding that you have about the role that they play in your ability to manifest and the role that they have played in your life and in your present circumstances. That was James Allen, by the way, for those of you who are wondering. And it's a recent read for me that really stood out and perfectly sums up your energy and what has been asked of you and what will continue to be asked of you in May still. I think that there is a point of conflict, or there is some concern surrounding your stability or security, and it's to be expected in Taurus season. But what I want to stress to you guys, and what has compelled me to get this reading done first and release it at the time that I am releasing it, is because I do think that you are looking for an answer, you want to put some concerns to rest. And I think that they are surrounding finances and, like I said, your sense of security. But what's really fascinating and amazing about you and your energy, it's that even in the face of adversity, Aries, your ability to continue to keep the big picture in mind and the amount of faith that you guys have in yourselves, any fear that you may have that the ground is just going to fall out from under you, it's nothing compared to the spiritual riches that you have. I do see some competition here. I think that you're up against some stiff competition in May. But it's like they can't touch you. They can't see you. What you guys are answering to is something that is greater. And the trump card here that you have is that you know your value. Your movements are backed. They're backed by substance. There is weight here. So any criticism, any hecklers, it's like people are fighting with themselves over you and what you're doing. But you're just so serene, and I do see a wish being granted here. That's why I can say confidently that I don't see you guys being distracted, and I don't see you allowing your thoughts to get out of control. I don't see you jumping to conclusions and losing your composure. I'm surprised that the Temperance card isn't here, because there is a lot of, like, there's poker face energy here in May. I think that you have a lot of trust in yourself. You have a lot of trust in the new relationships that you're building. And I see someone who's very hungry. I see someone who is very aggressive when it comes to protecting what they have, to protecting and what they feel is right. And I really respect that about you guys, because I think that other people can see that too. And it's that confidence that has put you in this position. It's that confidence that has you guys poised. I think that some of you want to feel emotionally fulfilled and not just satisfied in the material. You want to have both. And who says you can't? You're extremely powerful this month, and this is no lip service. If you are feeling like there's foul play at hand, if you feel like you don't have control over the situation, or that someone doesn't have the best intentions, or that they don't support you, or they don't want what's best for you, or they maybe can't understand where you're coming from, and or that you guys don't value the same things or don't see things the same way, don't spend too much time worrying about that, because you're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day, and you're going to live your life for you at the end of the day. There is a growing desire here to collaborate. I do see either a new relationship or one that is developing to the next level. But the way that you guys have been mastering your thoughts and taking care of you've been doing some emotional housekeeping that is helping you stay grounded, and it's helping you, it's just making you feel that much more confident and sure, and it's giving you that validation, that validation that you need, that your faith in yourself and your faith in your circumstances is not misplaced. The Three of Wands speaks to me, especially with the Nine of Cups here in the same reading, that there is a wish that is being fulfilled here, whatever that looks like for you. And no matter what obstacles you may feel like are standing in between you and it, your ability to lift your thoughts up and think positively about your circumstances and take responsibility and accountability for your circumstances, taking credit for the success that you have seen. It's that kind of faith that makes one act accordingly and do everything that they need to do to secure and ensure their success. There's a really powerful change that is happening with you guys, and today Pluto actually went retrograde, and this can be a bit of a dicey time for most people, particularly because it's a time where secrets come out, the skeletons tend to come out, and what everyone is reaping is what they have sown. What everyone is dealing with is what they have been avoiding. What you're going to be experiencing in May is the complete opposite of how you have been getting treated, how things have been getting handled up until now. What does that mean? If you're the kind of person that has been at the beck and call of other people, if you're the kind of person who, if you felt as though you didn't measure up, or that you weren't meeting some kind of unrealistic or crazy expectation, or that your perspective or your views were not being valued, you were not being appreciated, you can expect the opposite around this time. And it's because of the amount of power that you guys have and the understanding that you have about who you are. It's like who you are, who you think that you are, and also how you're being perceived are all in alignment. There's no confusion about the path that your life is taking, and all you guys have to do is just to keep the momentum going. It's okay that you have that momentum. Don't run from it. It is your birthright. Now, the other side of that is true as well. If you are someone that has been too controlling, which is also what that death card is about, too prideful, too domineering, then now is the time when those chickens are coming home to roost, and it's about the consequences of those actions and how you've been making the people around you feel. You may find yourself getting a taste of your own medicine. And the reason I don't want you to worry too much about that is that the Pluto retrograde is ultimately a positive change, right? That's what the death card is about. It's about endings that lead to new, good beginnings. And the self-aware Aries, which many of you who are subscribed to this channel are, and if you're not subscribed yet, this video is finding you, perhaps because you identify as a self-aware Aries as well. You don't enjoy being that kind of boss. You don't enjoy being that kind of ruler. I think that you guys do care a lot about how you're perceived and about how you're impacting the lives around you. So I think that if you have been controlling, I do see you giving up some of that. And whatever the outcome is going to be, just trust that it will be objectively good for everyone that's involved. There were a lot of messages that were coming through with this, and I took a couple days just to really take it all in and look at the astrology as well and see what was going on with you guys. But it is overwhelmingly positive. And it's fair and it's honest, more importantly, in May. And I think you guys appreciate that. You guys like when it's fair, no matter how the situation is sliced. But it looks like the odds are in your favor this month. We're going to go ahead and clarify all the cards here in the extended reading. The link to the Patreon is going to be in the description box. I encourage you to go ahead and join over there. As you know, you'll get access to all of the other extendeds and all other embodied extras. If you'd like a personal reading, hit me up. My email is in the description box as well, and we can get that set up and we'll do your personal reading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.